Hi there, I'm Lisa with Unlimited Book Reviews, and today's review is for the Pool Boy Beatitude by DJ Swykert. I believe that I pronounced that correctly, and that's the front there. So this book is listed on Amazon.com right now under Literature and Fiction, Contemporary Fiction, which I somewhat agree with, although I think that there could be even better places for it to be. It's currently ranked at 93,602 under that contemporary fiction. It's not a series or anything like that, so that's not applicable, and it's 239 pages long. I think it would go really well under a category about addiction or recovery or anything like that. The main characters in this book, we have Jack Lee Joseph. I don't know if I would exactly call him a hero, but that's who this book is about. It's written from first person, directly from his point of view through the entire book. So the book description. In space, the expansion of the universe exceeds the speed of light. In a jail cell, the speed of light slows. Time ages and deteriorates slowly to a crawl. Jack Joseph understands physics. He understands the nature of quarks, leptons, dark matter, and the desire to find the God particle. What Jack doesn't understand is Jack. He has a master's degree in particle physics, an ex-wife, a sugar mama, a passion for cooking, and chronic dependencies he needs to feed. He cleans pools to maintain this chaotic lifestyle. Spinning about in a large hadron collider of his own making, the particle known as Jack is about to collide with a particle known as Sarah. So plot and character development in this book, there definitely is some. I would say when an alcoholic young pool cleaner, and he's about 30, is struggling to hide the extent of his addiction from his wife while sleeping with multiple clients, he learns that his wife wants a divorce and he needs to figure out housing for himself. During a routine stop for running a yellow light, he gets a DUI and realizes he will be serving prison time since this is his second offense. He has to come to terms with his addiction and get clean, as well as decide whether he will be a kept man on the side by a pool cleaning client or start and try to keep a new relationship going, all while keeping them all oblivious to the chaos his life really is. So there's a lot of lying, a lot of cheating, a lot of running around. He's trying to get clean from his alcohol, but at the same time he's starting new addiction with pills. It's quite a chaotic thing, and he's trying to make some decisions in his life and not just get pulled into the next thing that he wants. So the storyline, definitely original to me. A little bit of suspense, definitely some humor, lots of drama and conflict. Not any real super great mystery to it, and a little bit of action. So on the drama side of it, it kicks off right away. You're introduced to him, and by 8% into the book, you know, there's lots going downhill, I guess you could say. He meets his new love interest, Sarah, about 10% into the book. There's definitely other women and lots of cheating, and he's not even faithful to Sarah through the length of the book either. A little bit of darkness, tiny bit of kink, but sex is in general behind closed doors and not something that is majorly descriptive. And in my book of thinking, there wasn't really a happily ever after. I think it would be really hard due to the state of his life to have a happily ever after. I'm sure this was a really hard book to figure out how to end it. Like, when is it over? Like, how far do you take it? I was kind of curious to see how it would end, and it did seem abrupt, but it would be hard to end. So the writing, it was written by DJ Swykert. I would say it was an intermediate read, written in the first person. There was some physics and philosophicalness to it that made it, not necessarily hard, but definitely not easy. No typos, no weird inconsistencies or anything in the book, and you are left hanging a little bit. I don't see a sequel in its future. It wasn't like it was a how-to get clean book. This was a drama. Looks like this author has out about 9 books, and none of them at this time are in Kindle Unlimited. I would definitely say it was a good book if you're into this kind of thing, as far as very heart-wrenching and sad, but at the same time you're rooting for them. Quotes highlighted by the readers. Nothing by readers, so I picked some of my own. Sobering up is painful. It's a raw state of existence where everything bad you can feel, mentally and physically, is at a peak. We are anchored by not only where we stand, but by what we stand for. I thought these were quite profound. And then life is all about time. Gaining time, losing time, being on time, making time, forgetting the time. That was cute. Now on Amazon.com we have 35 reviews, 4.3 out of 5 in ranking. Carol McKee says, "Wow, this book is so good, I couldn't put it down. Jack is an alcoholic. He disappoints everybody around him, especially his wife. She has had enough, and she wants a divorce. He finds himself homeless, penniless, and in dire need of a drink. He has hit bottom and can only go up and forward. He finds himself facing a chance to rise up from the life he has known. Not one, but 2 chances, both in different directions, but first he has to pay the price of his constant alcoholic state. What path does he choose? This is such a good story. You'll find yourself cheering him on, hoping he makes good choices. Don't miss this one. It's so worth the time it takes to read it. Great job." And then Jay Walker's heading is, "Addiction and physics are a most interesting blend in this." Our lowest review is a 3 stars by Sherry Funden, whose heading says, "Can an alcoholic redeem himself?" The body says, "Jack is a pretty poor excuse for a husband and a human being. He is an alcoholic, striving to reach the bottom of the bottle. Breaking the promises he makes before he even gets them out of his mouth, he figures, one little sip, one little drink, what does it matter if he jumps into bed with the client? So, a man whore, but the women are just as bad, cheating on their husbands. I just kept thinking he is selfish, bragging about how all the women love him, want to be with him and take care of him, whether he's stumbling drunk, passing out, and getting the shakes so bad he can't even drink a cup of coffee." If you have never known anyone with an addiction, this will give you insight into their behavior, how they will say and do anything to get what they want and what they need. I think that this person probably has a little bit of exposure to all of those things that make this a negative. His being a poor husband, being a whore, and being an alcoholic. And if that's not your thing, you aren't going to like this book. This is just a real heart-wrenching, this guy is a real work. So I definitely want to hear your opinion too. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up on my video and subscribe if you haven't. That would be great. And leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought of this book when you get it. Okay, thanks so much for stopping by.